We previously published a couple of videos on how to create 3D keyboards. These are great to start learning how to create interactivity using Spline's 3D editor. Now we'd like to teach you how to design this keyboard, this time in 2D, using Hana. So, grab a drink, a comfy chair, and let's get started. First, we need a frame that contains our design. Let's go for a size of 960 by 540 and change the color to gray. Now add another frame, which is going to be our base object. Adjust the size to 250 by 275 and the corner value to 30. And let's change the color to a bluish white. Duplicate the shape and change the color to gray. We'll also adjust the size so it's smaller to 225 by 235. And lower the corner value to 18. Now we'll add inner and drop shadows. This will help give the design depth and dimension. For the keys, we'll use the same principle. Add a new frame, adjusting the size to 61 and 67. With a corner value of 8, we'll change the color to the same white we used before, and add inner and drop shadows as well. For the number, we'll add text on top. Group the shape and text together. Here in Content, write 1. Choose your font and adjust the text details to your liking. Duplicate the key 6 times to end up with 6 keys. And let's change the numbers as well. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And for these ones, we'll use A and S. For the command symbol, we just hit Control plus Command plus Space and select our symbol from the character viewer. For the keys with letters, let's change the colors so they pop a little more. For the Enter key, it's the same idea, but the shape is different. This time, we'll use the pen tool to create that classic Enter shape we all know and love. For one more final touch, let's add drop shadows to the numbers and letters to give a more realistic look. So now we have 7 keys and we are ready to start building our interaction. As you can see, this design has various elements, and even though they all use the key press event, they react differently to it. So let's divide this process in 3 parts: the inner keys, the outer keys, and the Enter key. For these keys, you can see they go deeper when moving, giving a sense of depth. This is achieved using shadows. Let's go through it step by step. Right now in the base state, we have a drop shadow that creates that dark line below the key, using a value of 1 for offset and 2 for blur with an opacity of 10%. An inner shadow that simulates the edge in -6 for the Y offset, opacity at 10% as well. Another inner shadow that acts as a light at the top using a Y offset in 2 and a white color with 100% opacity. And also, another drop shadow that gives a bigger blurred shadow below the key. This is using an offset of 12 in the y-axis and a blur of 19. Opacity at 20% this time. The trick here is to adjust these values so they help us bring dimension when interacting. Now add a new state. The 2-drop shadows will stay with the same values, but for this inner shadow, we'll change the values to offset in y-axis in 2 and blur to 3. Set the opacity from 10% to 40%, and for the light, bring the opacity to 0% so it disappears. Finally, edit the size a bit so it looks smaller when pressed. See? Now it looks like it's being pressed. Go to Events and add a key press event. Make sure the trigger is the key you want to press on your real keyboard, in this case 1. And add a transition. This transition will go from base state to state with a duration of 0.10. Now repeat the process in the keys 2 and 3. You can copy and paste the events, just making sure you update the trigger and targets. For these ones, the interaction is a bit different. They don't seem to go all the way down, but they stay in the middle. Select your key, you'll see that everything is almost the same. 2 inner shadows and 2 drop shadows. Add a new state and reduce the size as well. You also want to move its position down a little. Both drop shadows will stay the same. First inner shadow stays almost the same, with the only difference that we'll change the -6 for the y-axis offset to -3 in this new state. And the second inner shadow stays the same as well. Add a key press event and repeat the same process. Here is where things get really interesting. For this one, we'll keep the same process for the number keys, except we'll add a new interaction that will make appear a new side of the keyboard base. After you have the key all set up with the states and the key press event, we'll go to the base shape of this keyboard, specifically the white frame, and add a new state. Adjust the size to 360 by 275. We'll also add a new frame, place it here close to the gray frame, and set the size to 1 by 237. Keep the corner value at 18. This way, it will look like a thin line. Keep the color at black with an opacity of 10%. We'll create a new state and adjust the wide value to 90. Add an inner shadow as well. And we'll add a little text that says "Go" in this cute pixel-style font. Make sure this text and the new frame are grouped together so it only shows in the second state. Now go back to the Enter key and add a key down event and 2 transitions. The first one targeting the screen on toggle mode, ease in and out, and with a duration of 0.30. The second one targeting the white frame. Use the same settings. Let's give it a final test to see if everything is working correctly. You now have your very own interactive keyboard created in Hana. This project is perfect for practicing your interaction design skills and understanding how shadows and states can create depth and dimension in your 2D designs. Don't forget to share your projects in the Spline community. You could be our next designer of the week and be spotlighted across our socials. We'd love to hear your thoughts and let us know what tutorials you'd like to see in the future. See you on the next one.